When FC26 launched, it was ridiculed for being more of the same, mindless, janky, fidget-spinning copy and paste, catered to whiny, simple-minded streamers. And, on the surface, you'd be correct in saying so. However, beneath the wrappings of fast-paced gameplay, there is a potential to unearth a simulative experience. If you didn't own a PC, you'd be screwed. But if you did, you may be in the mood for one of the most deep and rewarding modern footballing experiences money can buy, and it's thanks to the vision of simulation and realism connoisseur Anthony James. His new version of the famous gameplay mod is available now, and today we deep dive into the limitless potential of Anthony James gameplay mod version 2 for FC26. Let's talk about evolution. Version 2 isn't just a tweak, it's a leap. Over 100 new customization options let you tailor your gameplay down to the finest detail. Whether you're a tactical purist or just want that raw immersive feel, this mod gives you the tools to shape your own footballing identity. If you missed version 1, don't worry, there's a full Foundations document recap included in the download. Anthony not just builds a mod, he's building a philosophy. What sets this mod apart is the obsession with how the game plays, not just how it looks. Every standalone is tuned to feel like real football. Player individuality is off the charts. You'll feel a difference between a composed ball-playing centre-back and a jittery fullback under pressure. The mod thrives on the tension between risk and reward. Defending? It's all about positioning and timing. Press with the wrong team and you'll get exposed. There's no safety net here, just consequences, and that's what makes every match feel authentic, challenging, and deeply satisfying. Let's get into the meat of it. Version 2 introduces 2 brand new standalones. Slow Flow, for those who want a slower, more deliberate pace. Every movement is grounded, and every turn, the inertia is intentional. Fluid Flow is a slightly quicker build-up with a smoother, more dynamic feel. Still grounded, but with that extra zip when it matters. Both are built from the ground up, not just slowed down versions of the base game for the sake of it. You'll feel the layers of acceleration, the weight of each sprint, and the tightness of the left stick movement. It's not clunky, it's crafted. Now, it's important to note there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. There's no best standalone. What feels realistic to one may not be the same for another person, and that's the beauty of it. The mod is massive because it's meant to be personal, suited to you to find your flow. Let's start with the standalone. Anth's made some major refinements that elevate the gameplay across the board. Balanced animation and movement tuning. Now, every player moves with more fluidity and individuality. You'll feel the difference between a silky winger and a clunky centre-back. Refined passing and ball physics. The smoothness is real. Version 1's increased roll is now baked into the mod, and there's a new reduced roll subtle option if you want tighter control. AI corners are now fixed. No more wild overhits. Corners now feel intentional and dangerous. Midfield tracking and roll clarity. Midfielders now track with purpose. Defensive awareness is sharper, especially in those deeper rolls. Personalized passing and shooting speeds. Each standalone has its own specific speed profile. We have regular, slow, fluid flow, and slow flow. And yes, you can tweak these in the full gameplay package too. We have attribute-driven shot errors. Shooting accuracy now reflects player ability and context. It's subtle, but it adds depth. no more laser-guided guaranteed goals. Players missed shocking sitters, just like the real game. Individualized partial team pressing. Pressing now feels more organic and player-specific. It's not just a mechanic where everybody locks onto your attackers like homing missiles. Now, stamina is taken into account. It's not just a mechanic, it's a personality. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Version 2's full gameplay package gives you over 100 new ways to fine-tune your experience. Let's break down some of the highlights. Positioning alternatives. Your positioning base affects everything. Version 2 introduces options such as compact, ball side, narrow defensive lines, FC IQ, everyone defends. You can even layer these with compact lines or open lines to control your defensive depth. On top of this, we have gameplay personality options, shooting error options, more detailed than the standalone based on attributes, pressure, shot type, and more. Defensive reactions, choose between increased or reduced. Want a challenge? Combine this with increased reactions and increased marking intensity. Elite defender options. This makes 80+ rated defenders feel elite. A huge gap between top and average defenders. No more auto-tackling, easier tackling. Strip away the automation or lean into it. Assisted or manual, it's your choice. Goalkeeping options. Strong, weak, very weak. In the vanilla game, goalkeepers are notorious for having an answer for almost everything, being a little too reliable. Yes, it's a great improvement over last year, where keepers would shrivel up like fetuses and let blatant saves go past them into the net. Well, this year, they're a little too strong. However, Anthony has catered for this and allowed us to tone down the goalkeeper's ability, making them seem a little more human. FC IQ role tweaks. False backs are balanced and can now behave like false backs truly attack. There is more aggression, more overlapping, and more stamina drain. Attacking run frequency. From strongly reduced to ultimately increased, you can control the chaos. Attacking reaction times and aggression. This means earlier runs, more movement, more intensity. Passing speed isolation. You may now mix and match the passing speeds across the different versions. This includes a slightly faster or even a slightly slower option. Reduced shot speed. Sometimes shooting can fire out like a rocket and ricochet off into the stands like a ping pong ball. Well, now we can reduce this to give it a heavier and more lifelike feel. Increased dribble separation. This means there is more loose balls when you dribble and more freedom. The ball is no longer tethered to your dribbler's foot. Ball physics. Now we have heavier flight, bonus ball physics options, as well as more dip and curve on shooting. You can even adjust the ball size. Maybe the default ball is too small for you or too big. In the vanilla game, the ball has a contrived feel to it, where it has a target destination, there is pass correction, and the shooting seems to go in the same places. Now, there is variation and unpredictability to the ball. It finally feels like a separate entity, leading to wild and unpredictable situations and behaviors. A truly incredible experience. And whilst all of this is very exciting, it gets better and better. Version 3 is coming shortly, which will focus on the emphasis of fouls, physicality, and deeper error systems in the works. Anthony is taking his time to get it right, and based on version 2 so far, it will be worth the wait. Now, I know there are many naysayers, but I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. Yes, PES 2021 is a fantastic and timeless game, but it has many restrictions. The biggest adjustments for people coming from PES to FC we're not used to having to play differently to account for the different defensive mechanics. It's easy to complain that defenders aren't doing anything on their own team. Instead of trying to understand and learn the mechanics, it requires more attention, second man pressing, and always looking to cut off passing lanes yourself. Looking to make sure your players don't fall back into their formations. Is it ideal? Of course not, but once you start doing it and understand it, it just becomes second nature. Don't be mistaken for what EA has given us with the default FC26. There's so much hidden depth in the engine. Modded PES 2021 is great, however, the gameplay modding capacity is about 5% of what can be achieved with FC. How this gameplay mod looks in footage is entirely different to how it feels in your hands. Don't judge the entire mod based on one clip or one experience. They are all unique in terms of feel, behaviour and difficulty. Take the time to try different standalones, experiment and find the one that suits you best. Anth James gameplay mod isn't just a mod. It's a toolkit for building your own footballing philosophy. Whether you want a gritty midfield battle or a fluid attacking showcase, FC26's version 2 of the gameplay mod gives you the power to shape your game the way you want to play a footballing simulation. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what's your go-to standalone. Are you team slow flow? Or do you ride the full fluid wave? Tell me about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell if you want more deep dives into the best mods in football games. Until next time, wherever you are in the world, stay safe and thank you for watching.